This is a Atharva Veda mantra. Akshyav, Akshyau, Nau, Akshyau, Nau, Madhu Sankashe, Nau, Nau, Akshyau, Nau, Madhu Sankashe. A volume ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಮಧು ಸಂಕಾಶ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅನೀಕಂ ಅನೀಕಂ ನೌ samanjanam. Anikam now samanjanam. Anikam now samanjanam. One vertical line. Antah kranishva. Antah kranishva. Mam hridi. Antah kranishva mam hridi mana innau sahasati. Mana innau sahasati. Mana innau sahasati. Atharva 7.36.1. 7.36.1. Akshyau nau madhu sankashe. Akshyau nau madhu sankashe. Anikam nau. Anikam nau samanjanam. Samanjanam. Antah kranishva mam hridi. Antah kranishva mam hridi. Mam hridi. Sorry. Mam hridi. Mana innau sahasati. Antah kranishva mam hridi. Mana innau sahasati. So this is an Atharva mantra. The number is 7.36.1. Now this mantra explains the purpose of, goal of a marriage, the relationship between husband and wife. Now, marriage is a wonderful school. This school of marriage is there in almost in all cultures, in different shades. They have got their own parameters, they have got their own rules and regulations, prerequisites, and so many things. It varies so widely, and the spectrum is so wide. But among that spectrum, the one which considers the relationship between husband and wife, keeping in mind not only their relationship, but the offspring they are going to get. All these things are covered in an excellent manner only in the Vedas. All dimensions are considered. This is a very, very important thing. So explain a little, you'll be able to understand. The first and primary requirement of a marriage is a physical relationship. It's there in all cultures, all types of things. As a core. And in most of the cultures, they stop at that. And which is animal-like. In animals' life also, there's a core and there ends the issue. But in human beings, it should not have ended there. It had gone to other dimensions also. Some cultures, yes, they go to the second dimension, that is the mental dimension. So the relationship between husband and wife is not just physical, but it moves on to the mental relationship also. And most of the cultures, they stop at that. Very few think of the third dimension. And one among that is the Veda. As a spiritual dimension, the spiritual relationship between husband and wife. Very few cultures may speak about that, but precision in that dimension is seen only in the Vedas. And that's reflected in this Veda mantra. All the three dimensions have to be taken care of. Only then, the children they beget will be the worthy citizens of the world. Some poet says, a thinker, he says, the happiness of marriage is not in marriage and in the physical relationship, but it ends with begetting worthy children. So if we beget good children, then yes, our marriage is really successful. We have led a good joint life. That's true also. Because just because of physical relationship, children will be born. But if those children are not worthy, then the parents will not be happy. So their relationship has ended in unhappiness. So, begetting good children is one of the main purposes of marriage. It's specified in that Saptapadi, the 7 steps they take. The 5th step says that Prajabhyaha Panchapadi Bhava. So it will take the 5th step for begetting worthy and good children. Worthy and good children. Ja is one who is born, Jani Pradurbhave. Praja is one who is born well. One is born excellently. We wish we want such a progeny and work for it and produce the children. It's not an accident. Most of the time it's an accident. We marry, we get children. Over. But what type of children we should get and so many other things are predetermined, are pre-planned, and we work for it and get such children, okay, that is deliberate and purposeful. Prajabhyaha Panchapadi Bhava. So there are several dimensions. Physical dimension is there, mental dimension is there, psychological dimension, and the spiritual dimension is there, and this begetting right children is the social dimension of it. No, all these cannot happen automatically. Physically, there is no problem. If physically they are right, yes, they beget children. But if all the other three has to be achieved, then there should be a perfect understanding between husband and wife. Though physically they are two different entities, they should feel as though they are one. When they feel that they are one, yes, they can achieve many things. And the purpose of marriage will be achieved to a very great extent. One quotation you can note down from Rigveda 10.85.47. 10.85.47. So a piece of the Veda mantra is Samapo Hrudayani now. I taught you earlier. Samapo Hrudayani now. Now this also a Veda mantra usually chanted during the marriage ceremony. Samapo Hrudayani now. The meaning of it is, the purpose of marriage is to make our hearts one. Make our hearts one. How? A very simple comparison is given, simile is given. Samapaha. So we got water in 2 tumblers and we put them into one bowl. Now these 2 water mixed together so harmoniously that in the bowl I cannot distinguish the water from the first tumbler and the second tumbler. So well, so harmoniously they become one. Apaha means water. Like that, let our hearts become one. Let us become one. It's a goal that is given. And finally, a relationship which considers all these dimensions, physical, mental, spiritual, social, and becoming one by heart. Now all is called by one simple word, that is Sakha. Sakha Saptapadi Bhava. That's the last step in that Saptapadi. Sakha Saptapadi Bhava. That is friendship. That friendship is to be established between husband and wife. Only then they can be happy, they can lead a happy life, and the product of such a happy life will be a worthy citizen of the world. Samapo Hrudayani now. Here, this mantra speaks of, number 1, Akshav now Madhu Sankashe. Madhu is very clear, pleasant. Pleasant. Sweet. Sankasha. Kashra Deepto, shining. Shining. Kashra Deepto. Sankasha in a fine way, in all respects. In all respects, Let it shine with sweetness, with love. Now, akshyau, our eyes. When we look at each other, we should be pleased. When we look at each other, we should feel that we should say again and again. Yes, all these things will happen in the beginning generally. But over a period, I don't know what happens. But this is not a temporary thing. This has to continue for a long time. What is that long time? In another mantra they say, Jaradashtir yatha saha. Jaradashti is till you are old. Should continue. To say is easy. To achieve it is, yes, something to be done deliberately with effort, consciously. It's possible, it's not impossible. Jaradashtir yatha saha. What will do? Akshyau now madhu sankasha. So you should look at each other with love, with happiness, with satisfaction, with contentment. And of course, this is mutual. It's not one way. It's mutual. Now to achieve this, to look at our friend, the best friend, the partner of our life, through these eyes, it needs perfect understanding. Unless we understand one another, the husband and wife, unless they understand one another, it can never happen. Now to understand is, to put it in simple terms, every person is a bundle of positives and negatives. Maybe husband, maybe wife. Number one, they have been born and brought up in different environments. Now, considering these two, the way they look at things, they react to situations will be different between the husband and the wife. Now, this difference or this mix of positives and negatives have to be accepted as it is. That's the beginning of understanding one another. Yes, some negative is there, yes. It will be there in every person. Maybe what negativity I have got may not be there in the other person. What positivity they have, I may not have. But I have my own positivities and negativities. The other person too has got positives and negatives. It is natural. So we shall accept it as it is. That's the beginning. Then both sit together and analyze the positives and negatives. And in the light of better wisdom, yes, they try to improvise. They try to improve. Reduce the negativities and increase the positivities. This is a process what Vedas prescribe. Even individually it can be done. Even individually it can be done. But in a marriage, it is done jointly. And it's working out for something jointly is a wonderful concept, which even the modern management considers now. That is an age-old thing. What is that? They call it as a synergy. Synergy is the word what they use in the modern management. Of course, that itself is a constructed word, synchronized energy. That is synergy. Group dynamics, another word they use for it. Group dynamics. Of course, individually, everybody is capable of doing certain things. But all those capable persons join as a group and work, the output will be little more than what individually they can contribute. That's the concept of synergy or the group dynamics. So to understand that, they say 2 plus 2 is 5. That's a simple statement they give. 2 plus 2 is 5. Mathematically, we are wrong. It appears so. It appears so at least. 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. There, what we understand the plus as an operation, that's all, in mathematics. So 2 plus 2 is wrong. It has to be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. But here in synergy or group dynamics, that plus is an operation, plus it has got a value 1. That's the beauty of it. So 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 because the plus also carries some value. That's working together. That working together has got some strength in it. That brings out something more what is in us. That brings out. Therefore, 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 is, in group dynamics, a perfect statement because plus 2 has got a value. So this was understood long back and was revealed to mankind long back. And that's the institution of marriage. It's not just a physical relationship. It's not just a contract. It's not that we marry today and tomorrow some differences come up and we divorce. No. Differences are prone to come. Differences have to be there because these two persons are not identical. This is a person born elsewhere, brought up somewhere. This person is born and brought up somewhere. And their experiences, their exposures are different. So naturally they have to be different. It will not match 100%. But the purpose of marriage is to adjust, to change ourselves for a common goal, for a common way of life. This is what is to be done. Now from there, we accept that person as it is with their strengths and weaknesses. Then of course, we work together to reduce the weaknesses and further strengthen the strengths. So in this purpose is very clear in the hearts of both. Then they look at the other person with Madhu Sankasha, with a shining love, with a shining sweetness, because they are their partners. It's a joint venture. It's a joint venture. Doing individually is okay, but joint venture gives more results, better results. So they look at the other person as part of the venture, and the venture is a joint venture. It's for both. It's for the benefit of both. So they move hand in hand. So they are moving hand in hand for a joint goal. Now they look at each other with love and affection. That's what it's called. Akshav now Madhu Sankashe. They believe each other. They depend on each other. They are transparent between them. Everything is known. Everything is known. Just to open up and become one. Shamapo Hrudayanino. That mantra we have to take. So this is the ideal they give for a successful marriage. One step. Akshav now Madhu Sankashe. So once again here Akshav is, I've been telling, we use it as an Upalakshana, a representative of all the 5 indriyas. Generally we take the eyes as the representative. It doesn't mean only eyes. All the 5 sense organs of both, yes, they work together, they work in coordination, they work in harmony. Up to that it goes. Akshav now Madhu Sankashe. Anikam no Samanjanam. Next line. Anikam no Samanjanam. Anikam no Samanjanam. Now these two, when they have to work together, it's inevitable they have to live together. Nowadays, the whole culture is different. We are all after money. They marry, husband will be somewhere, wife will be somewhere. And in some cultures, the whole bondage or such thing is so loose, has become so, if I am allowed to use that word, not healthy. So they have a housewife, they have an office wife. That's what it has become. Actually, they are not housewives, they are housemakers. Housemaker is different and housewife is different. Because they live apart. Yes, the instincts are so strong, they want some company. Yes, that is an office wife. And when they come home, it's a housewife. That's how the culture has come. If that is so, the two cannot work together. They cannot work together. If they have to work together, they have to live together, they have to eat together, they have to pray together, everything. Only when they are in close proximity, this whole thing can work. Not otherwise. They stay elsewhere and it's a weekend meeting, it will not happen. They have to live together. They have to work together. So for that sake, they need a common shelter. That's the anika. Anika. Now how it should be? Anika, samanjanam. Anjanam. As you know, it is something to smear. Something to smear. The root is Anju, Vyakta, Mrakshana, Kanti Gatishu. Anju, Mrakshana, Kanti Gatishu. That's the root. Here, the one that is more relevant for our context is Mrakshana. Mrakshana. Mraksha Sanghate. Sanghata is to bring together, to bind together, to hold together. So to bind together, to hold together is that Mrakshana, that is Anjana, Samanjanam. Let the abode where we live in, let the home where we live in bind us together. Be a common shelter for both of us. So it stresses on living together, it stresses on working together. And next, generally, a woman is the homemaker. Generally, the woman is a homemaker. But it doesn't mean that she is imprisoned in a home. I'm very clear about that. Just because she is a homemaker, she need not be imprisoned there and she need not work as a slave. Many cultures have gone wrong on this aspect. They say husband is superior, wife is inferior, and his wife has to obey the husband and do all the jobs at home. Like a slave, like a maid, and like a machine, bear children. Now, such a concept is not there. When I say homemaker, she is contributing for this venture equally, and that is equally valuable as a contribution by a husband. Neither is superior, neither is inferior. In fact, it's a skill. It's an inborn skill for a woman to work as a homemaker. That is said here in the Vedas elsewhere. It says, Jaye dastam. Jaye dastam. Jaye dastam. When you split it, it is Jaya it astam. Astam means home. Now, the meaning of this piece of the Veda mantra is Jaya it astam. How do you define a home? Home is wife. That's the meaning of it. Home is wife. That's the importance given to her. Home is wife. Wife is home. They are equal. And only when she makes the home, yes, so many things can happen in achieving this venture. Jaye dastam. Anikam no samanjanam. Let that be a shelter which binds us together, which holds us together. And that is a place we work together for achieving this joint venture of physical happiness, mental happiness, spiritual happiness, and finally contribute our might to the society in the form of good progeny. So this is our workplace. Let that hold us together. Let it bind us together. Mraksha Sanghate. Anjana, from that only it has come to smear, to hold together. Anjana, say what they use for this eyes and other things, so many things. Or maybe it can Anjana, which is smeared on some part of the body. A bomb-like thing. A bomb-like thing. BALM. Panikam now samanjanam. Antahkranishva mam hridi. Antahkranishva mam hridi. That is, take me into your heart. Take me into your heart and hold me in your heart. Into the heart. Antahkranishva mam hridi. So this is a mutual statement, mutual feeling of both husband and wife. Please take me into your heart and give me a place there. Fill it with me. Same thing. Husband says to wife. Antahkranishva mam hridi. So to take it to heart is nothing but experience the feelings of the other. Experiencing the feelings of the other. Now that's what we call it as compassion. Compassion. Actually, we will not be in that position, but we'll be able to imagine, be able to visualize what is happening there by placing ourselves mentally in their place. And it's possible only for a person who is compassionate. Not only husband and wife, anywhere. Compassion is a wide word. But it should necessarily happen in case of husband and wife. One should be able to understand the feelings of the other. Right or wrong is a second question. Whether they're feeling or whatever they are understanding, whether it's right or wrong, that's a secondary question. First thing, they have to understand it. This is possible only when we are serious and take them into our heart, not otherwise. We should take into our heart. We should feel that they are part of our own selves. Maybe that's why this word has come. She is my better half, they say, or he is my better half. So that half is very, very important. Until marriage is one individually. But once they get into the marriage, yes, this is half, that is half, and both put together becomes one. This is a concept. There to become one, both have to understand one another, take the other person into their heart. Antahkranishva mam hridi. A similar mantra is chanted during marriage. Mama chittam anuchittam te astu. Mama chittam anuchittam te astu. Let my thoughts and let my heart follow yours. Let your heart follow mine. Now, unfortunately, marriages are conducted without using these Veda mantras, or in some places where they use these Veda mantras, they are totally ignorant about what it means. Now, what's the result? An increase in divorces. But if they really understand these Veda mantras and chant it and implicitly follow it, yes, majority of the marriages can be successful. The number of divorces will come down. But it's so unfortunate, they are all ignorant about these things. We have to adjust, we have to take someone into our heart. Even latest medical researchers, they speak of this. The physical and mental disturbances, or if you can call it as diseases, or compared to people who live single and who are living as a couple. So these disturbances, physical and mental disturbances and diseases, are comparatively high in those who live single. But in couples, it is less. Because they have a feeling that I have got one person to support me by my side. That very secured feeling itself gives a lot of relief. Now, when that is expressed clearly and taken into heart, yes, that feeling of security is still more. I'm not alone. I have one person who loves me. I have one person who takes care of me. I have got one person who gives me all the support when I need it. See, that very feeling itself is so secure, is so pleasing. And it is the need of every person. It's the need of every person. They may accept it or may not accept it. But it is the need of every person. If I get the right partner, yes, this feeling of security will increase a lot, manifold. It should be acknowledged very clearly, it should be expressed very clearly that you are in my heart, I have taken into my heart. I am your friend by heart. I am your companion by heart. I am on your life partner by heart. Now, this way of expressing thoughts between the husband and wife will give both of them a lot of security, And it also makes them bind together. Rakshana. They are bound together. And this is done, yes, one cannot live without the other. That's the final condition what they reach. For everything they depend, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, on the partner. Now this dependency, though it means dependency, is the best way of leading life in a joint venture. It is mutual dependency, interdependency. It's essential because no one person is complete by himself or herself. But as they come together, yes, they can feel that oneness, they can feel that completeness. And this will happen only when one takes the other person into heart. And it begins with accepting the person as it is, with all their positives and negatives. And later working together to overcome the weaknesses and negativities. But first accept as they are. That's the beginning. The same thing in different ways expressed. Akshavnau Madhu Sankashe. There also, it's the same thing. Anikam now Samanjanam. That's also the same thing. Now it says, Antakranushamam Hradi. Take me to my heart. So it is so deep. It's a deep feeling. It's a deep attachment to the partner. That depth is defined by this word Hridi. Take it into heart. Don't take it to words. Don't take it to mind. Take it to heart. Heart is considered as a seat of deep love and affection. Take it to your heart. And only one husband with one wife and one wife with husband can work out this. That heart cannot accommodate more. If it accommodates more, the process will be diluted. So polygamy, polyandry, all these things are all not advocated by the Vedas. One husband to one wife to one husband. We are very familiar with the word pativrata. That is, one who is devoted to her husband. But very rarely we listen to patnivrata. But pativrata too is equally important. We listen to it only in one case, that is Rama, Eka Patnivrata. But for Rama, that word we are not using at all. But pativrata, we use it to every woman. It is somewhat an imbalance. As Pativratya is prescribed to every woman, Patni Vrata also is prescribed for every man. Polyandry and polygamy are not advocated because it's a joint venture where you have to work together. One person can work with one person, one to one. Because they have to understand more each other. They have to pave their way into the hearts of the other. And it's not one day's affair. It's not one day's affair. It's a process. The whole process begins with the Vivaha Samskara. From there it continues. It starts. And that work and work for years and years. And then they'll be able to achieve it. It's not a ready-made system. It's not a ready-made system. A lot of differences will be there between the two. A lot of strengths and weaknesses will be there in both. They have to work together, supporting each other wherever they need support. They have to accept each other as they are. They have to think we are equal, we are working together for a joint goal. We have got so many responsibilities, apart from our physical needs, apart from our mental needs. We have got the responsibility of achieving our spiritual goals. We are responsible to beget good children and present them to the world as good citizens. All this all contained in that purpose of marriage. So if we have to achieve all these things, we have to work hand in hand continuously over a period without any disturbance. So they too only have to work. If you have many partners, they cannot do this job. Because working together between the very two itself takes a lot of time and effort. When that is the case, one person with several partners, maybe polyandry, maybe polygamy, will all fail. They won't work. But as an extreme case, as an exceptional case, it may be allowed. It may be allowed. They're not totally removing it. Rare, very rare, and when there is a big problem, just to quote one, the ratio between men and women. Generally, it has to be 1:1. Little this way or that way is tolerable. But because of some reason, if this ratio is too abnormal, it's not 1:1, too abnormal, then the society has to be balanced. So as a temporary relief, polyandry and polygamy may be accepted, but it is not a rule. It's just an exception, very rare, to be employed very intelligently, diligently. Only then the problem will be solved. Otherwise, while solving one problem, you'll be creating 100 other problems. We should take care of that. Generally, in general terms, polyandry and polygamy are not allowed. Simple. Because they have to work together for their spiritual and social responsibilities. So all this can happen only when their hearts become one. When they take to heart the life partner, Antakranashva Mam Hridi. The last thing. Mana innau sahasati. So once we have taken each other to heart, then not just taking, it has to continue together. Let our hearts and minds and souls be together. Sahasati. Let it continue. It's not just taking once, but it's a long process, as I was telling, and it's long process. Both have to continue. You have to maintain it. It has to be maintained in a very healthy condition over a period. Only when their hearts, the minds, their souls are maintained in that condition for a long time, yes, they are able to reap the results. Results will come. And the happiness what they get out of this process is unparalleled. There is nothing equal to this. Not in the Vedas, but elsewhere somebody says, when this is achieved, then they exclaim, Dhanyo Grahasthashramaha. Dhanyo Grahasthashramaha. Yes, we have achieved the goal of Grahasthashrama, and that is the best. Dhanyo Grahasthashramaha. It's not Veda mantra, just an exclamation. After studying all these things, oh, what a wonderful union this is. What a wonderful stage of life this is, Grahasthashrama. All these things are possible. It takes care of all the dimensions. That's very important. It takes care of the physical needs. As far as physical needs are concerned, it has to be one-to-one. And the very two partners. If they go for many, many partners, we have seen that lot of diseases are spreading. Lot of diseases. Sexual diseases. Very dangerous. We have been seeing where the society is too promiscuous, where the society is so free. In all such societies, we see lot of such diseases. STD, they call it as sexually transmitted diseases. That's the medical term what they use. There are more in a free society, but in a society where these restrictions are followed, yes, such things are very less. But there also, mental diseases are much. They're not STD, but they are mental disturbances. Because the rules are not being followed rightly. There are suppressions, there are snubbings, no proper outlets, partners are not matched. So many such problems result in mental disturbances. But here, Vedas foresee very clearly, you have to take care of all the dimensions. Physical, one wife to one husband to one wife. Mental, understand each other, work together, take them to your heart, look at your partner with all love and affection. Of course, differences will be there. Tolerate it. Work in a common area, that's your house, a shelter, live together, eat together, work together. Then spiritual progress. Yes, we are all human beings, and the purpose of a human being is to improvise the quality of soul. We'll have positives, negatives. Let's understand it, study it, cooperate. I cooperate to you, you cooperate with me. Let us reduce the negativities, let us improve the positivities. So it is spiritual progress. And during the process, we shall beget such children who are worthy, and let us contribute this to the world as responsible and worthy citizens. That's our social responsibility. All these dimensions are fully covered in the Vedic concept of marriage. So they have made it one very important ritual out of the 16 rituals. Shodasha Samskara and Vivaha Samskara is very, very important. Once this is taken care of in the right way, yes, all other things will happen. If this is lost, then the whole structure collapses. The whole social structure, the whole social fabrics becomes malignant. It is said, of course, in the Vedas very much, and other than Vedas also they speak of this. One I said, Dhanyo Grihasthashramaha, it's an exclamation by one scholar. And in Ramayana Bharata also we find such references. It says, Chaturnam ashramanam hi. Chaturnam ashramanam hi. Garhasthyam shreshtham uttamam. Chaturnam ashramanam hi. Garhasthyam shreshtham uttamam. I got 4 ashramas: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. Out of these 4 ashramas, Grihastha ashrama is Shreshtham Uttamam. And that supports the remaining 3 ashramas. This is from Ramayana. Exact location I don't remember at the moment. In Mahabharata it says, Yatha mataram ashritya. Yatha mataram ashritya. Sarve jivanti jantavaha. Yatha mataram ashritya. Sarve jivanti jantavaha. Tatha garhastyam ashritya. Tatha garhastyam ashritya. Vartante itarashramaha. Vartante itarashramaha. Every creature when born, it depends on its mother. First. Yatha mataram ashritya. Sarve jantoha jivanti. They all live by depending on the mother. In the same way, out of all the 4 ashramas, the remaining 3 ashramas, Brahmacharya, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa, they depend on Grihastha ashrama. That's like a mother for the other ashramas. That's a shelter. That's a shelter for all the other 3. So the gist of what all discussion we had is, Grihastha ashrama is the best ashrama or the supporting pillar of the whole society, and to make this Grihastha ashrama successful, it completely depends upon the husband and wife. Grihastha ashrama is a building block of the whole society, of the whole world. If Grihastha ashrama is weak, that society and that world is weak. We have to make this Grihastha ashrama a very strong brick, very strong stone, very strong pillar to hold the whole society and the world. If this is good, everything will be good. If you are seeing chaos in the society, it's a very clear indication that we don't have good families. We don't have good Grihastha ashrama. Very simple. So if you want to change the world, if we want to bring world peace, then we should tackle Grihastha ashrama and everything will be all right. See, that's the root from where all problems emanate. That's the origin of all problems. Now that is why in Vivaha Samskara, we have got one special yajna to be performed during Vivaha Samskara. That's called Rashtrabhrut Yajna. It's a wonderful thing. In Vivaha Samskara, a part of the ritual is Rashtrabhrut Yajna. Rashtra is the whole world. Bhrut means to bear, to support. Yajna is a good job. Okay. So during that Vivaha Samskara, the bride and the groom, the husband and the wife, they are reminded you are a building block of the whole world. Now a brick is coming into existence. You are a part, she was a part. Now you are coming together and forming a brick. Please make this brick so strong that the whole world will get the benefit of it. Of course, you will get it. First you will get it and you will be contributing a lot to the world. These things are taught. These things are taught in the Vivaha Samskara and Rashtrabhrut Yajna. A family is not separate from, cannot be isolated from the society in the world. It is part of it. Several such families, several such grihastha grihinis, they come together and that is the society and that is the world. The world cannot run with individuals. Of course, individuals will be there, but the world is run by couples. And these couples have to come together with lot of ideals, with lot of goals, with lot of efforts. And they have to make that small building block the strongest that is possible. And when such bricks go into building the society and the universe, yes, we will have a beautiful society. So all these things, it is all an outcome of a good marriage, a good vivaha. And this mantra, what we discussed now, it helps us to visualize this whole goal, this whole picture, and work for it within the family, within the home. And there are several other mantras also, see one by one, where this home itself is so fine. The concept of home itself is so fine. It says next, not just home, you make your home a heaven. How to do it? If I'm right, we have worked out one Yatra Suharda. One mantra, Yatra Suharda. That was a mantra from Atharva. Yatra Suharda Sukrito Madanti. Vihaya Rogam Tanvasvayaha. Ashlona Angaira Hrutaha. Swarge Tatra Pashema Pitara Uchaputran. I discussed it? Atharva. Maybe whether we have discussed or not, if it's not coming to our memory, it's better we discuss once again. So there in this mantra, they speak of how a home can be converted into heaven. The vision and the path is so clear, so precise. First, it is individuals. So we work on the development of the personality of individuals. That's Brahmacharya Shama, individually. A boy, a girl, they are brought up and individually they are made strong, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Then they are brought together in the Grihastha, they work together. And they form a home. So that's the beginning. And they're very clear, this home is a building block of the society and the world, and only when this brick is fine, yes, everything will be fine. They're taught that. Then they work and work in the Grihastha and convert their home into heaven. That's the process. And in the heaven, they create so many things which will be given to the whole society and the world as a worthy contribution. Maybe in the form of their work and efforts, maybe in the form of their service, maybe in the form of their children. The children themselves are a worthy contribution to the world because they become very good citizens of the world. Then what happens? Then they get started to detach themselves, because by the time they do all these things, it will be around 50, 60 years. Now they have to get ready to depart. Now that also has to be very smooth sailing. So they start detaching. One step is vanaprastha and the final step is sannyasa. And they easily detach themselves and go out when there is a call from the death. The whole life is planned. The whole life is organized. The whole life is wonderful. Now that is how they look at it. Now this one concentrates on the core of all these four ashramas. That's the Grihastha ashrama, and on the relationship between husband and wife. Akshyau nau madhu sankashe anikam nau samanjanam antakranishramam hridi mana innau sahasati. That is continue. It is continue. Whatever you have achieved, I have taken you into my heart. You have taken me into your heart. And it's not just one single process of one day. It should continue. Sahasati. Sahasati means should continue. It's a present continuous process. Every moment we have to do this. Maintain it. A lot of disturbances will be there. It's all right. It's all right. We'll take it, overcome it, and continue this condition. Then what's the benefit? Yes, we will have one loving person with us. We will have a loving partner with us who can stand by with us at all junctures. That itself is a great security a person can feel. Another person being at their side. No money can give this. No wealth can give this. No instrument can give this. It's only another human being who is compassionate only can give the security, which is the utmost and final. That will get. And you have to maintain it up to Jaradashti Ryathasa. So all these concepts will fall in place and gives a beautiful picture as to how we have to lead our life. And please note, this is not for any country, not for any one religion, not for any one caste, creed or gender. It's for all. That universality is there in this mantra. Anybody, anytime, anywhere can take the guidance and lead a better life. Sarvajanika, Sarvadeshika, Sarvakalika. And this rule holds good and we cannot alter this rule. So this is Sarvabhauma too, sovereign. I have heard a lot, I have studied a lot, and the whole thing is to put it into practice and get the real benefit. Mere thought, mere discussion will not give us the fruits. It work for it. And let us help people who are around us, who are suffering at this point. A lot of families around us are suffering. They are not able to understand one another, and the divorce rate is increasing everywhere. In fact, in this Indian culture, they never thought of divorce earlier, because the very purpose and goal is to live together till old age. Jaradashti Ryathasa, that was the goal. But even in such a society, if the rate of divorces are increasing, something is wrong. They are not given proper knowledge, proper wisdom. So now by grace of God, we are exposed to this, we have got some knowledge. Let's give this to others also, and let us be happy, make others happy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.